This is Dolany TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion here on the channel. And well, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. You've been waiting for this. Let me dial back the clock. First week of September is about when you've been waiting for me to say this. Obviously, I make a lot of bold claims on this channel if you're not familiar. And I mean, this one back in September would have been pretty bold, but as my boss put it, it's the playoffs. Anything can happen. So this one, not as bold as it would have been back then, because the Oilers are guaranteed at least 3 games of some kind of playoffs, right? Some kind of playoffs. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze if you're wondering what that noise is, but some kind of playoffs, that being the 5-game max play-in series against the Chicago Blackhawks. Bless me, sorry. And so, alright, 5 games max, 3 games guaranteed no matter what when the NHL season, playoffs, whatever resumes sometime late July, early August. So Tyson, shut up and just say it already. I know what you're getting at, right? I know what you're asking. I know what you're asking for. You want it, you got it in the title of the video already. The Edmonton Oilers are going to win the Stanley Cup this season. Hands down. 100%. I might not be 100% convinced of that. You might not be 100% convinced of it. But as I said, the only logic I need to back that up is it's the playoffs. Anything can happen. And that's the beauty of this. Right now, as we sit, obviously, I'm going to make an actual argument here in a second. I'm just having a little bit of fun. As we sit, we actually don't know if the Stanley Cup's going to be won this year. Everything signs pointing that we're on track, right? We just entered Phase 2 on Monday. Some Oilers are back skating. Technically speaking, the Oilers could hit the ice and do a full training camp as of Friday. 100%. You read the rules and understand what Edmonton Sports Media, I think it was Rashog again on the case, tweet note about the Oilers being able to do that. According to Alberta government rules, you could. NHL rules, no. So, back to the drawing board. Thing is, right? Everything looks to be promising. No, shut it down. No, 2021. No, this is going ahead, and it's got to go ahead. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we've got our best chance since 05-06, Game 7 at puck drop to win the Stanley Cup. All right, as Oilers fan, this is our best chance since then. And actually, let me go get you a date on that. Let's just have a little bit of fun with this, shall we? And Game 7, 2006 Stanley Cup Finals. When did that take place? That took place in June 19th, 2016. So all the way since June 19th, 2006. I said 2016. 2006. This is our best chance as we enter these playoffs to win the Stanley Cup. You could say 16-17 was our best chance, but I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, at that point we had an elite Connor McDavid, a Leon Draisaitl just busting out of his shell, a Ryan Nugent-Hopkins coming off, actually trajectory-wise, a career terrible year, and a bunch of other guys that were doing okay, but nothing fantastic. Gotta kill that spider. Kill that spider. There we go. Spider's dead. So, right, all things considered, this is our best chance. If I can stay on top, I can stay from getting distracted. How is it our best chance? What did I just mention, right? Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has entered his prime. Straight up, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is in his prime. That we didn't have before. Leon Draisaitl is the Art Ross Trophy winner. Connor McDavid is Connor McDavid. Stronger, better, faster than ever it seems every single season. Give him 2 years removed from that last playoff. A little bit hungrier for that success that Mr. Jack Eichel ain't getting in Buffalo. Yeah, let's go. His time to shine. Now, you talk about the goaltending. Why is it, Tyson, that the Oilers could win the Stanley Cup this year? Why the Oilers will win the Stanley Cup this year when they've got Mikko Koskinen and Mike Smith in net? This is a question, and this is why I'm addressing it right now. This is a question everybody's going to ask you when you say no. Some dude on the internet said the Oilers are going to win the Stanley Cup, and I believe him. If you're in my camp, going with me on this one, And they ask you that question first. How do they do it on a goaltending tandem of Smith and Koskinen? Straight up. You look at what Smith and Koskinen have done. If they don't perform, no, you don't win the Stanley Cup. But I mean, that's what you're most likely game planning for. You're not out here, I'm just arguing some points for. I'm not out here arguing this is the only scenario. Because there's a bajillion scenarios. After all, it's the playoffs, anything can happen. And that's the reasoning I used to back this whole claim up in the beginning. But Smith and Koskinen, 2019-2020 NHL season. What did you see? Good, bad, ugly, otherwise. But what you saw during stretches of this year is what you need out of goalies to get you through the playoffs to win you a Stanley Cup. And especially this year, right? In most traditional playoffs, you need one goalie just being hot and just running your team to the Stanley Cup. That's the traditional way it goes. However, this year with the extra 3 to 5 games added to your schedule in the play-in round for the Edmonton Oilers, well, this gets interesting because do you really expect Mike Smith or Mikko Koskinen to go hot the entire way through and lead you through 26 to 30 whatever games? I guess it would be a maximum of 33 games, probably no less than 26 to win the Stanley Cup? Probably not, definitely not. I wouldn't bet on it. So, you've seen these two guys get very streaky, very good, very great stretches of play, right? Mike Smith, I think it was January. January, let's say that. Mike Smith, unbeatable. You get that for the first half. You get Mikko Koskinen, who you think about that 18-19 season. You think about stretches this year where the guy just absolutely annihilates the opponents with just great goaltending. You get that out of both goalies at different times in the playoffs. Lock it in. The Oilers can lock it down with Nugent Hopkins, Draisaitl, McDavid. Now, you talk about the defense. What's the defense got to do? Well, Klefbom stays healthy. Guys, we win with Klefbom in the lineup. It is absolutely stupid, the stats when Oscar Klefbom and Matt Benning are in the lineup. It is absolutely stupid. You have one of those two guys in the lineup, you're winning hockey games as the Edmonton Oilers. Stats, it proves it. Hands down, 100%. So, that's a weird stat. Now, obviously, well, okay, both guys should be available. Yeah, everybody's healthy. And that's something the Oilers have not been able to say at all this year. The Oilers not once this season have been able to say they're able to ice all 20 whatever of their guys on the roster. Not once. Go back to opening night against the Canucks. We were missing, I believe it was Yurko, or was Yurko in the lineup? Somebody was out of the lineup, right? Pearson was out of the lineup. I think Chason was out of the lineup, and I think Archibald was out of the lineup. I think Yurko was actually in. But you think about that. That's 3 guys out of the lineup at the start of the year. Guess who we lost? Bang that night. You lost Adam Larson for 20 plus games. Think about it, right? Not once this season have we had our full intended lineup on the ice. So, give me that chance. You know what? I liked what I saw out of the spare pieces filling in, and I liked what the core did to get the job done this year. There's no way. There's absolutely no way, right? If goaltending does what goaltending normally does in the playoffs when you go to win a Stanley Cup, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, the cast, the crew, the members, they do what they do. Unreal. 100%. The Oilers win the Stanley Cup. Now, look at it this way. Look at it this way. Look at it this way. Dave Tippett as your head coach. And this is just anecdotally. There we go. See, slow down. Get it going. This is just anecdotally. You ask anybody, right? Anybody that knows Dave Tippett from the Arizona Coyotes day as a hockey fan. I'm not talking in the hockey world. I'm talking as a hockey fan that watched the playoffs back then because that was the thing to do on CBC. Well, guess what? Guess what? A lot of them will tell you there is no reason those Arizona Coyotes, the Phoenix Coyotes, should have made it past the first round any of those years, given what they had. But they had a coach named Dave Tippett who knew exactly what he had and what he didn't have, and knew how to get them way beyond where they should have been. And technically speaking, go back in the archives of my videos at the start of the year and take a temperature reading of everybody kind of from, let's say, August 15th to October 15th, and kind of see where everyone's thoughts were in the comment sections of my videos during that period. Nobody thought the Oilers had business doing what they were doing at the start of the year and throughout the year. But guess what? Oilers did it under Dave Tippett. So there's another one for you. Throw up Dave Tippett in the column. Ladies and gentlemen, there is just too much to like about the Edmonton Oilers. That's why they're going to win the Stanley Cup, hands down. There's no other reason but obviously the reason I gave you off the top, that it's playoffs, anything can happen, and you can't tell me they won't. But at one point, I have to tell you they will. And that's because there's just too much to like. There's too much to go right compared to wrong. And that's a huge boost to confidence in the Oilers' direction when it goes down to this whole play down thing coming in late July, early August. Sorry, that just feels so weird that we're talking about hockey in July and August, right? Slow pitch is coming back in Alberta. Like, life's going to be good in July and August, but I'm going to be right here, right in front of these jerseys, hopefully adding a couple more over the time of the playoffs, and we'll be talking lots of Oilers hockey in July, August, maybe into September if the Cup final goes that long. And we'll be talking maybe when this is all over about having a parade in downtown Edmonton. Anyway, that's just why I think the Edmonton Oilers will win the Stanley Cup. Now, you have your say in the comments section down below. Zap one's attention. I'm going to go out and feed her, and I will catch you guys in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Tyson, this is Stolen TV. I will catch you in the next one.